إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ما يهده الله فلا مضل له وما يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Verily, all the praise and all of the glorification and all of the magnification it is due to Allah and Allah alone. And I publicly, I inwardly, and I outwardly declare and profess that there is no one that deserves to be worshipped except for Allahu Jalla Jalaluhu. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, better known as Abu Qasim alayhi wassalatu taslim, he is the last and the seal of messengers sent from Allah Azza wa Jal to guide mankind from the darkness into the light. Ya ikhwati fillah, ya akhawati fillah, dear brothers and sisters in Islam, the khutbah inshallah ta'ala that we prepared for you, ya ikhwan, I guarantee you, ya ikhwan, there is nobody in the city of the GTA that's going to talk about this topic, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, ya ikhwan. Because I took my dunya skills and my akhirah skills, my street skills and my hood skills, and the skills that pay the bills, ya ikhwan, to put this khutbah together, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, for you. And the topic, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, is, ya ikhwan, are you ready? Are you ready, ya ikhwan, for the real world? Are you ready? After leaving the madrasa, after leaving the masjid, after leaving the university, after leaving college, ya ikhwan, are you ready for the dunya, ya ikhwan? After the world of college is finished, and you graduate, and you get that piece of paper, are you ready for what's going on outside in the real world, ya ikhwan? When you graduate, ya ikhwan, you get a certain type of certification that people say that when you get that piece of paper, then you become a qualified, bona fide, certified individual. And people should take you seriously, ya ikhwan. But the last time I checked, ya ikhwan, and I can say it proudly, I'm a dropout from Humber College, ya ikhwan. And every single time that I go to the bank, ya ikhwan, they don't ask me, Mr. Foster, what kind of degree do you have? Are you a BA? Are you a MA? Or are you a PhD? The only question that they ask me when I go to the bank, ya ikhwan, in the real world is, how much money are you going to put in? How much money are you going to take out? How much money are you going to put in? How much money are you going to take out? Are you going to make a withdrawal or a deposit, ya ikhwan? That's the real world, ya ikhwan. In the light, ya ikhwan, Allah Ta'ala says, La tansa nusibaka min ad-dunya. And do not forget your portion of this world, ya ikhwan. So when we look at the situation, ya ikhwan, the real world is different than college. Are you prepared every single day, ya ikhwan, to be involved? And if you go outside and you look on the highways, as there's 3 times in the day, they have 3 different rush hours. It's called the rat race, where you're actually a pole position driver, where you got to outdrive other cars to get to your destination. You have to worry about 18-wheelers knocking you off the road. You have to deal with bad inclement weather every day going to your job, ya ikhwan. Are you prepared for the real world, ya ikhwan? When we look at the situation, ya ikhwan, you'll find that you have many friends in your life that will come and that they will go. But there is a friend, ya ikhwan, I guarantee you, in my 44 years of life, there's only one friend without a shadow of a doubt. Every single month they call me up, Mr. Foster, have you paid your phone bill? Mr. Foster, have you paid your insurance bill? The only real friend that you can count on, ya ikhwan, are the bill collectors. And then there's another friend that's similar. It's called the taxman. The government of Canada, they want your taxes, they'll call you up. So we're talking about, are you ready for the real world, ya ikhwan? And we look at the situation, and I asked my father, many, many years ago, I said, Father, what is the hardest job that you ever had in your whole entire life? And my father, may Allah guide him to Islam, he said, son, it is getting up every single morning and getting my butt to work. That's what he said. Every single morning, getting up and getting to work. That's the hardest job you ever have. And when you look at the situation, ya ikhwan, some of us, we want to get a nice job so we can earn some money. But ya ikhwan, as we know that it's not only about earning money, it's about learning along the way. Also, we find, ya ikhwan, that I have had more than 20 jobs in my lifetime until I finally became fulfilled and I'm doing the work that I'm doing right now in the community, ya ikhwan. So just because you get a piece of paper doesn't mean that that's your final destination. And some of the questions that I want to ask the brothers, do you have the experience? Do you have the techniques? Do you have the qualifications and the degrees? Do you have a mentor that you can sit and you can study under? A mentor that's still doing it today like they did years ago that you can learn something from. This is very important that you find a mentor, an older brother, an older sister that you can pass ideas to. Also, this is very important, ya ikhwan, because when you look at the situation, I have failed more than 1,000,000 times, ya ikhwan, at many different things. But by failure, it became fertilizer that I was able to build my life. Also, ya ikhwan, the issue of trial and error. You're going to make mistakes along the path, ya ikhwan. So when we look at the situation, this is the question that I ask you brothers and sisters here who are at Humber College. Soon the excuse, I'm in college, won't be good enough to shirk your irresponsibility. Relying on others for financial support will cease to exist. Mommy and daddy should be like the mama bird that kicks you out of the nest. And if you didn't learn how to flap your wings, ya ikhwan, before you fell out of the nest, the little baby bird dies and it crashes. We're preparing men, we're preparing women to go out there and to tackle the dunya. This is something that you signed up for when you left high school and now you came to college. You're not little babies anymore. The real world doesn't owe you a thing. There is no entitlement in the real world. No company will hand you a career, brothers and sisters. No company will hand you a career, brothers and sisters. You have to get out there, ya ikhwan, and you have to sell yourself. And this is one of the things that I want to give you guys a little piece of advice. Those in the game that are out in the dunya, they consider all you guys unqualified, uncertified, immature, and naive to the game. The job market is very competitive, brothers and sisters. So one thing that you need to do, you need to have, ya ikhwan, you need to create your own opportunities. Yes, it's good that you can be an employee, ya ikhwan, but do you even think that maybe one day you could be an entrepreneur? This is something that I'm challenging my brothers and sisters here right now. Yes, get the piece of paper. My daughters are here studying. So when they graduate, ya ikhwan, they'll be a qualified, bona fide, certified chef. But at the end of the day, I've cooked them more meals than they can ever cook me, ya ikhwan, as a single father. As a single father, ya ikhwan. I raised 3 children, and there wasn't a textbook figuring out how to be a single father and to be a dynamic da'i in the city, still visiting the brothers in the jail, ya ikhwan. This is stuff that I learned along the way, trial and error. I made many mistakes, ya ikhwan. So if you fall down, pick yourself back up. If you fall down, pick yourself up. If you see your brother or sister fall down, help them up, ya ikhwan. And for my dear brothers that are hoping and they're praying that one day they're going to be able to get a sweet halila, a beautiful girl to marry. One thing you brothers need to know, there is no romance without some finance. There is no romance, ya ikhwan, without some finance. You better have some money in your pocket, or else it doesn't matter how beautiful or how educated or how smart you think she is. If you don't got no paper in your pocket, you ain't getting married, brothers. So when we look at the situation, ya ikhwan, there will be many, many roadblocks, ya ikhwan. Many setbacks and obstacles. Al-adha, ya ikhwan, ala tariq. There'll be things that are going to hold you back. And there's a very famous non-Muslim guy who's a very famous speaker in the States. And they get hundreds of thousands of dollars when they go and they try to motivate their people. And the Muslims, they get nothing. This guy his name is Willie Jolly. And he said that a setback is a setup for a comeback, ya ikhwan. A setback is just a setup for a comeback. And as you know, Muhammad Ali Hafidhullah Ta'ala, that he was a 3-time heavyweight champion. That means he lost his championship, he went back in the gym, got back in there, worked out his kinks, came back and he won. And then he got beat again, and then he went back in the gym and he worked again, and then he became the champ for the 3rd time, ya ikhwan. So it is okay to fail, my brothers. It's not the end of the world. Also, ya ikhwan, we say to the brothers and we say to the sisters, have you set your goals and have you tracked your targets? You need, ya ikhwan, something called a vision board. Every brother, every sister here, this is a special gift I'm giving you. No other imam in the city is going to give you this gift because they don't read secular dunya kuffar knowledge. You need to go home and get a big Bristol board, ya ikhwan, and write on it goals and objectives. One for the dunya, one for the akhirah. Put all your akhirah goals, and one for the dunya. I did this about 4 years ago, ya ikhwan, and out of 23 points that I put on there, walillahi alhamd, I crossed off 21, ya ikhwan. I worked towards it, and I seen each one get crossed off, ya ikhwan. There's a game plan. There's a strategy to this, ya ikhwan. It's not just go to school, drink a Starbucks coffee, hang out with the boys, sit in the class, smile, write your test, and then that's it. Mashihal, we arrived, ya ikhwan. We've arrived. We're successful now. We have a degree. But guess what? There's other people who have degrees. What makes you better, ya ikhwan, than the next person? When you look at it, ya ikhwan, you have to be really serious because there's going to be people that we like to consider, ya ikhwan, dream killers. There's dream killers out there, ya ikhwan. And sometimes they're from amongst the Muslims. There's people that will sabotage your opportunities. Trust me when I tell you that. There's people that are going to try to discourage you from reaching your goals, ya ikhwan. But you must stay ala istiqamah. You look at the situation, ya ikhwan, that I have been a gas station attendant, making a little bit of money. I've been a security worker. I've worked as an imam in the jail. I've been a teacher and a tutor and a whole bunch of other things, being a full-time chauffeur for the top 2 chefs in Canada that are studying here. Every day I pick them up and I take them back and forth to school, back and forth home, and I don't get paid $1 for it. But this is the reality of life. There's other jobs and other responsibilities that you have. My question to my dear brothers and sisters is, have you identified your ideal career? Does this career excite you, inspire you, and does it energize you? Number 2, does this career fulfill me? Because I know lots of Muslim brothers and sisters that over the years, ya ikhwan, they have tried to get out there in the workforce and they get burnt out by the dunya because they don't feel fulfilled in doing what they're doing. So one thing, ya ikhwan, you must sell yourself. Nobody else, ya ikhwan, will sell you. And there's something that the non-Muslims call ABM. Always be marketing your services. Always be marketing your talents. But once you brothers and sisters finish here, you should have a business card, and every person that you meet, people of influence, you say, hello, assalamu alaikum, my name is Brother Muhammad, here's my card. This is what I do. If you know anybody that can help me out, brother, mashallah. If you need anything, maybe I can help you out. Ya ikhwan, it's really important. Perception is the reality. Are you dressed for success? Are you dressed? Do you look better? Do you smell better? Do you talk better? Do you walk better than everybody else in your competition? This is just a question, brothers. When I come through the scene, there's nobody else that looks meaner, nicer, and fresher than me. That's just something that I carry from Jahiliyyah to Islam. When I come through the scene, I'm in town. I'm rocking the mic. I'm controlling the stage. And that's how you guys should be. When you come through here, they should be looking at, that's the Muslims, man. They're the smartest, the most educated, the most cool. They're the best of the best. Not the worst of the worst, ya ikhwan. This is something we have to aspire to, and this is called what they call al-ulu al-himma. No one cares how much you know until they see how much you care. I'm going to say that again. Nobody cares how much you know until they see how much you care. Some people could care less about your degree. They want to know, do you help the Muslims that are suffering in Palestine? Do you help the refugees that are here from Syria? Because if you want people to work with you, brothers and sisters, you have to be a person who has empathy. Preparation is half of the battle, the midmar, the battlefield that's out there, the dunya, chasing the almighty dollar, ya ikhwan. You have to be ready, ya ikhwan. So when you look at the situation, my dear brothers and sisters, these are some other bonuses. These are some little golden nuggets that I want to give you guys that they're not going to be taught here. Number one, other skills that you'll need. Skills to pay the bills, as they say. You got to have superior communication skills, professional appearance, likable personality, positive mental attitude, be able to set and finish tasks, willingness to overcome setbacks, hard working, and a desire to succeed, ya ikhwan. These are things that are extremely important. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله وأتوب إليه وسلام المسلمين أجمعين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وأسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. وقال الله تعالى, Allah, the blessed and the exalted, he went on to say, فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله. Allah Ta'ala went on to say, فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله. Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, and this is in Surah Al-Jumuah, right after the Jumuah, Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, and disperse throughout the land and seek the bounty of Allah Azza wa Jal, ya ikhwan. Go out and get the dunya, ya ikhwan. Don't forget your portion. But at the same time, ya ikhwan, we need hard-working, hard-striving Muslims that are intelligent, aqilan. People who have intellect, ya ikhwan. It is not good enough that you just came and you just showed up and that was it. When you came and you showed up, did you own the stage, ya ikhwan? This is what you're going to need, ya ikhwan. Your great-grandparents and your parents came from the Muslim lands and they built the masjids and they built some of the institutions. But now you guys are educated here. Many of you grew up here. What's the next level, ya ikhwan? This is the question that I have for you, brothers and sisters. We find, ya ikhwan, that your I will sometimes is better than your IQ. Your will to get up and to be persistent and to do it and to get the job done, we find, ya ikhwan, that your I will is sometimes better than your IQ. I have sat on stages, ya ikhwan. Wala nuzaki alallahi ahadan. Wala fakhra. No boasting, no bragging. PhD, PhD, PhD. Abu Shahada, the homeboy from the street. But they never had that charisma. They never had the rock of my ability, ya ikhwan. So just because somebody has paper doesn't mean you don't have nothing to contribute. When you look at the Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you look at the ghazawat, when the companions of the Prophet ﷺ were jammed up, and the Prophet ﷺ said, does anybody have anything? A Persian, ya ikhwan, a Persian named Salman al-Farisi said, well, you know what, where we're from, in our country, this is how we get down. We build something called the Khandak. He wasn't an Arab, but he came with a strategy that was so superior to anything the Arabs ever seen, ya ikhwan. So, ya ikhwan, there is certain things. When I was in a Muslim country over years ago, I tried to get my passport stamped and this stamped, and I had to go here and I had to go here. And the attitude of the Muslims in this country was like, Bukra, Bukra, come back tomorrow, brother. Come back tomorrow. So I left and I came back the next day. Bukra, inshallah, come back tomorrow, brother. Because don't you see us, we're drinking our tea. Don't you see me and Ahmed, we're having a couple jokes. This is in the Muslim land. After a week of coming back, after Bukra, 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 the guy asked me, what do you want? He took the stamp and he stamped my thing, Masalam, $50, and get out the way. This is the attitude of our community, ya ikhwan. That we take things haphazardly, ya ikhwan, and that we're not sincere. When I look at the situation, ya ikhwan, and this is something, and I like to get things off my chest. Me and another convert brother who's very popular, he flies all over the world. We went to a restaurant not too long ago. And ya ikhwan, there was cross-contamination. And my daughters, they taught me about cross-contamination. We got sick. We had diarrhea. We went down in the washroom was horrible. We went to this particular place, and it had food on side of the thing. Ya ikhwan, preparation. Looking good, smelling good, feeling good, having a nice ambiance, ya ikhwan. Why is Starbucks making more money than Tim Hortons and Coffee Time? It's because it looks much better. It smells much better. It is that much better. Same with us, ya ikhwan. Same with us. We need to be better than what we are. And inshallah ta'ala, I'm just going to give you, brothers and sisters, 1, 2 more hadith. And inshallah ta'ala, this should be a reminder. Are you ready? Are you ready for the dunya? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went on to say in a hadith which is collected by Abu Hurairah, كان داود عليه السلام لا يأكل إلا من عمل يده أخرجه Bukhari. The Prophet went on to say that the Prophet Dawood alayhi salam, he ate only out of which he earned through his manual work, ya ikhwan. So my dear brothers, the piece of paper is good, that will get you to the door. But you might not get employed. Do you have hands? Do you have strong shoulders? Do you have feet? Maybe you can find some other extra work. Don't rely only on your paper. Well, after college, I'm going to wait 6 more months until I can get a job in the field, and therefore my mom and dad are going to have to pay my way. This is the mentality of some of the Muslims. Also, we find, ya ikhwan, that the Prophet went on to say, كان زكريا عليه السلام نجارا. That the Messenger went on to say that Zakaria, he was a carpenter. That means he had a skill, ya ikhwan. Skills to pay the bills, ya ikhwan. It's extremely important. In the last hadith, brothers, we find that Abu Hurairah, again, he narrated, ما أكل أحد طعاما قط خيرا من أن يأكل من عمل بيده وإن النبي داود عليه السلام كان يأكل من عمل بيده أخرجه Bukhari. Abu Hurairah reported that no food is better than the man and which he earns through his manual labor. The Prophet of Allah, Dawood, only ate out of the earnings from his manual work. So my dear brothers and sisters, the skills to pay the bills. You're in college now, but are you ready for the rat race? Are you ready for the dunya? هذا ما عندي وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وسبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وأشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, in the dunya, there's not too many friends that are going to help you to become successful. You need to start to have a network, ya ikhwan. A network is your net worth. A network of people is your network. If you know a lot of people and they know what you do, they're going to help you to be able to accomplish what you need to do, and you need to help them, because as Allah Ta'ala went on to say, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ, verily the believers are brothers. So inshallah Ta'ala, with that, my dear brothers and sisters, Aqim as-salat wa yarhamakallah.